Coda TV, reconciling humanity to the source. Stay blessed.
Okay, so now we've seen your background in Ghana. Now the need for travel has come in. The need for not necessarily travel. I think I would say the need for further studies. You've detected the need for further studies. So why Australia, and how did you end up in Australia? What was the process?
This is actually a question I had to answer when I was planning to come to Australia.
Oh.
Yeah. One of the questions.
So then you've got what Ghanaians call Apo. You've answered this before.
Yeah. Because when you come in, one of the things you need to do is to write a personal letter.
Proposal or something.
A personal note. They call it motivational letter.
For yourself?
Yes.
Or what, like the source of your motivation?
For the immigration.
All right.
We call it a personal note or a motivational letter. You need to tell them why Australia.
Okay.
Why not UK? Why not US?
Yeah.
Why not Canada? Why Australia? So like I was saying, after my masters and then the treatment, coming into contact especially with this swollen limb, you know, this infection, swollen limb post-cancer treatment, it became necessary that I acquire more knowledge into what these post-cancer treatment and complications are.
Yeah.
So I went online. That was the first thing I did. Went online, and then I start looking for, because one of the things I realized in Ghana is that there is no, anyways, maybe they have, but not that known or developed like we have in the developed countries. Palliative care, like end of life care, you know, or chronic
Dr. Andrew
treatment.
Gave us a lot of information about palliative care. I think he's working into that. He's into that field.
That's what we are into.
Okay.
So palliative care is what to do when life is getting to an end. What kind
getting
of
ready
treatment.
for the exit.
This is not quite improved in Ghana, or specifically, it's an area that we need to go into and try to get people to, you know, because there are a lot. And in Ghana, like I was saying, people will always present to the hospital late. So there is late diagnosis, there is late treatment, and chronic conditions will not finish in Ghana. And not only in Ghana, in low and middle income countries, because we don't have the technical know-how like how the developed countries have. They have means to detect conditions early, so there is acute treatment and all that. But in Ghana, like, and when I say in Ghana, I make reference to other Africa, Pacific, South America, like the low and middle income developing countries. So I looked at where to gain knowledge to be able to go back there to help my people. And so I said, I was searching. I searched UK, I searched US. Okay, and then I came into contact with the impact. Improving palliative care, aged, you know. There is this department in UTS, Faculty of Health. So I came into contact with the director of impact.
Wow.
Professor Jane Phillips. And that's my supervisor. And then I clicked like, Prof, this is Eric, this is my background, this is what I am interested in doing. Is there a way that I could have maybe further studies or something? And then she was so much receptive. Quickly, less than 24 hours, considering the number of hours between Australia and Ghana, she responded immediately. And then she was like, "Oh, that's great, you know.
Oh, wonderful.
This is something we may have to look up to. Are you interested in coming over to Australia?"
Wow.
To to study in PhD in this area because this is what we are doing. And I'm like, oh wow, that's actually
something you can
quite welcoming, very much welcoming. So then I had to develop a proposal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we say the first procedure in traveling to overseas Australia for studies will be a preparation of a very solid proposal?
That should not be the first. The first one should be you need to know why you want to go travel.
Okay, so you need to have the need.
Yes. So first, you have to make up your mind. Okay, I need to go for further studies.
Yeah.
If you go for further studies, the next question comes: in what area?
Okay.
Once you are able to identify the area and the interest, now you go on and look for which university does that interest or that area. Then within that university there are a number of supervisors.
Okay.
So those supervisors, you need to go on to their line, the university's website, call it a directory, and find out which supervisor, which professor is one available to supervise
what
students.
You want to do. Okay.
Which supervisor is actually within that area is interested in what you are doing or what you would want to do, and then make a contact.
Okay.
So at that point, once you determine the field, the area, you have an idea.
Yeah.
A proposal becomes necessary if you are thinking of maybe studying at the PhD level, the doctoral level.
All right.
But if it is masters,
I think let's look first on masters. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's masters, the proposal, what we call the concept note, might not be too important at that point, because then at that point you are looking at, maybe you need to find out if it's masters, then you have to, are you going to do the masters by research or you are going to do the masters by thought?
Okay.
If it's by thought, you might not need a proposal.
All right.
Yeah. But if it's by research, then that's where you need to come up with a concept note. What is the concept of what you want to be doing by research?
Yeah.
And the same applies to the PhDs.
Alright.
So if you're going to study at doctoral level, then you need a solid proposal, to be honest.
Okay. So the main purpose for this discussion is to grant people that information to be able to know that if they want to travel outside for further studies, for masters or for any kind of studies, what should they do? What should they get ready? What should be the procedure? You know what I mean? So that they will understand that, okay, I need to get A, I need to get B, I need to get C. So now if they can organize themselves in those regards, then they can be able to reach out and come out and get whatever they want to achieve in life. In saying that, I'm not trying to say that education where they live is the worst. If it was the worst, it would not prepare them for overseas travel or for anywhere else. It is equally okay, but I believe to study further into an area, to be a master in an area, you may want to study elsewhere as well, to gather more information from around the world, so that you can be a holistic professional in the area where you want to study. So I want us to see if we can say, okay, now we know that there will be a proposal if it is a doctorate thing you want to study outside. So let's look at someone who is not coming in or who is not traveling for doctorate, but he wants to maybe do just a master's or something like that.
So then you see, you should know that in every country there are these we call them travel agents.
Yeah.
Anybody who is planning to travel, it's good to visit a travel agent in your country.
Yeah.
To have an advice.
Yeah.
or get an information, because countries differ in this travel from country to country.
Yeah, and their requirements will also
the requirements may differ, the eligibility may differ.
Mm.
So for instance, if you want to travel on a student visa,
Yeah.
because you want to travel out of your country to study in another country on a student visa, then one of the things you need to find out is that which country would I want to go, and check the visa eligibility for like students. Find out if you qualify to get a student visa. Because there are some people who may not qualify. For instance, an example is the age.
Okay.
That's one of the things you need to consider when you are applying, when you want to go and study in another country. Maybe on a student visa, okay, and maybe you are looking for a scholarship. You need to consider the age. So and it differ from country to country, and it differ from program to program.
Okay.
And it differ from maybe whether you're going to do for masters or you're going to do for PhD. So you need to look out for that eligibility, what applies to which country, okay, and to your circumstance. Because a university might offer you an admission, but then because you failed the eligibility for the student visa, you may not be able to get the visa to go and study.
Oh,
so you need to check if you actually qualify for the visa. Otherwise, you might want to speak to an immigration expert in your country to guide you.
Alright.
And that's why we have these travel agents there. And now currently what Australian universities are doing is that immediately you make a contact to the university, they link you with their agent in your country. If they are not in your country, they will link you to the closest, maybe in a neighboring country.
Alright.
Because they realize that there are...
just give me 1 minute. So if I want to travel, let's say I'm a Zimbabwean, I'm in Zimbabwe, I want to go for further studies overseas, and maybe I can start from first looking for the universities in the country where I want to go.
Exactly.
Try to get a contact from their list of emails from the directory, speak to someone maybe, send an email, and then maybe they will get back to me and say, hey, if you want to be here, contact company A or B in Zimbabwe.
Exactly.
Which is in your local area, so you can, they will guide you as to, we don't do that, they don't do this, okay.
Because traveling out of a country could be very stressful.
Of course.
It's very stressful.
Of course.
Because even preparing your document, okay, could be very stressful. Which document to prepare? Okay, at what time do I have to bring up this document?
Finances.
The issues. There are many issues. So universities have realized that students should not go through this stress. So they've made provisions, specific agencies in your country or in neighboring countries that could help you with the processes. And so it's good for anybody who is planning to travel to contact one of these agencies. Sometimes it's even free. Most of them are free. There are free, and there are other information when you are requiring. Maybe they may ask you to pay a token, like just a token.
Wow.
Yes. And so I would advise anybody who is planning to travel to look out for these agencies.
Okay.
But then that becomes more useful if you had made contact with the university that you want to go to
before you went through,
and they will be able to give you very specific
places where you can
companies, organizations that may be available to assist your application. So that's what we need to know.
Okay. God bless you so much, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us, but don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Write your comments under the comment section. Share this video to as many people as you can. Let us build a family which we can use to help each other. We want you to be a believer. In all this, we are talking about this as people who are living on earth, but we have heaven as our ultimate hope. So Don't worry about anything. We are here to help you as a family. God bless you. Stay blessed. And remember, Koda TV is here to reconcile you and I back to the source. That is back to God. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day. Okay, so now we've seen your background in Ghana. Now the need for travel has come in. The need for not necessarily travel. I think I would say the need for further studies. You've detected the need for further studies. So why Australia, and how did you end up in Australia? What was the process?
This is actually a question I had to answer when I was planning to come to Australia.
Oh.
Yeah. One of the questions.
So then you've got what Ghanaians call apo. You've answered this before.
Yeah. Because when you come in, one of the things you need to do is to write a personal letter.
Proposal or something.
A personal note. They call it motivational letter.
For yourself?
Yes.
Or what, like the source of your motivation?
For the immigration.
All right.
We call it a personal note or a motivational letter. You need to tell them why Australia.
Okay.
Why not UK? Why not US?
Yeah.
Why not Canada? Why Australia? So like I was saying, after my masters and then the treatment, coming into contact especially with this swollen limb, you know, this infection, swollen limb post-cancer treatment.